Welcome to the lecture on construction practice. The first one is selection for site. So before going for that components, the site selection is very important. The selection of your building site is a crucial step in construction as it is directly affects the cost, safety, comfortness and durability of the structure. A good site should provide stability, accessibility and suitability of the proposed type of building. Factors to be considered for site selection. The first one is topographical and geological factors, that is ground condition or soil bearing capacity, and topography, slope and drainage, subsoil water table. So the ground conditions, sites with the soil should have adequate strength to bear building loads, preferably greater than 10 ton per meter square. Avoid the black cotton soil, loose sand or filled up lands treated. Topography, the slightly sloping is preferable for natural drainage. And subsoil water table is may weaken foundation and cause dampness. In second classification, environmental and climatic factors, orientation and sunlight is very important in that site selection. Prevailing winds and climate, environmental safety. Avoid sites near polluted areas, industries emitting smoke, foul odors and stagnant water. Orientation, sites should allow proper orientation for natural ventilation and sunlight. Accessibility and location factors. The suppose we are going to select the site for construction, the accessibility is very important component for selection. The transport and communication near to the site, and also the site should be well connected by road, rail and airport. Proximity facilities nearest to schools, markets, hospitals, water supply and electricity. Neighborhood and surroundings should be a safe, hygienic and pleasant environment. So these are the factors should consider. So suppose we are going to select any site. Then economic factor, that economic factor we know that the cost of the land affordable and justified, and development cost is very less, and also the site needs leveling, soil stabilization and retaining of walls. And main thing is legal and regulatory factors. We follow building bylaws and zoning regulations. It should conform to local building codes regarding land use, height restriction and setbacks. Ownership and legal clearances. Land should have clear title deeds and be from disputes. Very important one point is disputes from one party to another parties. And then the qualities of a good building site, that will well drained ground, that is the ground is flatted ground, free from flooding, dampness and pollution. The site is near not near to the pollution areas, accessible to transport and basic facilities. Some of schools or the colleges or airport or railway or mode of contents is near to our site. Economical in terms of cost and development, and safe and legally approved. The site will be legally approved, then only we are going to construct a building in that areas. Site clearance. So after getting the permission from government, we go for that site clearance. Site clearance is the initial step before starting construction. It involves removing all unwanted materials from the site to prepare a clean, level and obstruction free ground for building works. What are the objectives of site clearance is to make the site fit for make marking and excavation. So before going to any marking, we prepare a plan for our building, then we mark in that site. To remove obstruction like vegetation, debris and old structures. In existing structures, old structures are nearby that vegetarians or debris are more. So please remove all that before going to start the construction, to provide stable working platform or machinery and labor, to prevent future issues like settlement, dampness or pest infestation. Then second one important thing is marking. Marking is the process of transferring the building plan from paper to the ground. So the plan is transferred into ground. It defines exact position, shape and dimensions of the proposed structure on the site. The objectives of marking is to locate position of foundations, walls and columns accurately without 0.001 error, to ensure correct orientation of the building with respect to north, road and boundaries, to avoid errors and disputes during constructions. What are the instruments used for marking? Steel, wooden pegs and hammers, string and lime powder, plumb pop and split level, theodolite or totalization. The totalization is the most important instrument used for our construction site. Then procedure for marking, step 1 is establishing reference points. Already we are having the existing points near to the site, we mark that. Then second one, marking center line of the building. So we are going all, we know that the plan, so we will mark in that center line of the building. Third one is marking excavation lines, center line of the same plan. Then earthwork. Earthwork refers to the process of excavating, moving or refilling soil or rock to form a level surface for construction. The construction site is uneven. First, you will fill up the soil with, you will convert into even surfaces. It is one of the most important preliminary operation in a building roads, canals, dams and embankments. The objectives of earthwork is to excavate foundation trenches and pits as per design. Our civil engineering all to follow the engineers codal provision as per Indian standard codal provision. We follow all the guidelines to prepare level surfaces for construction, to form embankment cuttings and filling areas, to provide stability of structures. Types of earthwork: excavation, filling, cutting, and embankment. Excavation means removing soil to required depth for foundation, basements, canals, roads. Method: manual method or mechanical method. So, mechanical nowadays used for JCB, bulldozer, and excavator. Filling: so placing soil back into trenches behind retaining walls or raising ground levels. Cutting and embankment: removing earth from higher levels. Using that earth to fill low lying areas, common in road, railway, and canal works. Method of excavation: we used two different methods. One is manual excavation and mechanical excavation. Manual excavation means using like spade, pickaxe and crowbar. Mechanical excavation is using some machines, power shovels, track lines, bulldozers and backhoes. How to measure the earthwork excavation? So calculated in cubic meters. So all the works we have mentioned in that unit is m cube. For simple trenches, length into breadth into depth. For irregular section, prismoidal or trapsoidal formula is used. Farm work. The next one important thing is farm work. Farm work is a temporary structure used to support fresh concrete until it gains enough strength to carry its own weight. After concrete hardens, farm work is removed. Materials used for formwork is timber, plywood, steel, aluminum, plastic. Nowadays, all the places we use for timber. Why we are using timber is easy to work but less durable. Compare with plywood, smooth surface and reusable. Steel, that is very strong and durable, gives neat finish. Scaffolding. Scaffolding is a temporary structure erected around a building to provide working platform and support for workers, materials and tools during construction, maintenance or repair. The requirements of good scaffolding is strong and stable to carry workers, materials and wind loads. Easy to erect, dismantle and move, provide safe working platform with guardrails, economical, durable and reusable. The components of scaffolding is standards, ledgers, braces, putlocks, blanks, guardrails, and base plates. Standard is a vertical member and ledger is a horizontal member and braces is used as a diagonal supports for stability. Putlock is transfer members resisting on ledgers at one end and walls at the other end. Base plates spread load at the bottom of standards. Thank you and thank you for watching.